And our final communication award is the Conservation Communications Award. Those of us, we had interesting conversations, some of us who were involved in that international discussion that Steve Bourne moderated the other day. And one of the points that came up was that we take for granted in this country some of the basic institutions that allow us to advocate when the government has a dumb idea that they want to move forward on, or to fight moneyed interests in the interest of conservation. And no institution, in my view, is more important than a free media. And for several decades, Robb Brady has been probably the singular voice for conservation in the state of Idaho. He was the first environmental writer in the state to call for the removal of the 4 lower Snake River dams. He has been a fierce advocate for wilderness in that state, advocating way back on passage of the Wilderness Act for creation of the Frank Church River of No Return Wilderness, all the way through to the Oahe Wilderness, which just passed in that omnibus legislation that Charles talked about this morning. Unfortunately, he couldn't be with us today, but he wrote a letter that I'd like to take the time to read to you. Dear Chris and the national leadership of Trout Unlimited, I am fully aware that there are many other journalists who would qualify before me for this national award. When I think of the magnitude of Trout Unlimited's scope of habitat protection from Alaska to San Antonio, I am gratefully stunned that Trout Unlimited took such a long arc across the nation to this workaday journalist. But coveting this award is a pinnacle of my retirement. I'm still technically on the Post-Register's newspaper's editorial board, but I only get a call when the opinion page editor is overwhelmed or wants me to write something on a recent issue he can't find the time to address. Still, when I read the newspaper or listen to the TV news, I get this big itch to scrimmage forcefully with the issue. I'm going to just sort of scan here. Trout Unlimited helps create new wilderness in strategic places all over the nation, as you know so well. You stop oil and gas drilling over the west, where it invades not only habitat, but halts inspirational outdoor recreation in special places. You even reconnect tributaries to mother rivers, where business as usual has appropriated the water. You restore fisheries, even in urban areas like New Jersey. You were involved in protecting one of Idaho's most popular fishing rivers, the South Fork of the Snake River, and are still connecting and restoring tributaries to this nationally famous fishery. And I am so grateful that TU worked so hard to retain Idaho's 9 million acre roadless tracts. You're a backcountry and backyard giant in the nation's conservation campaign at a crucial time when climate change, consistently invasive growth, and bad local planning may require even more innovative strategies. And congressional lobbyists, unfortunately, often stand in your way. I was told that my long effort to have the 4 lower Snake River dams removed in Washington was a factor in my selection. I never talked to a non-political fish biologist who didn't tell me that breaching those 4 dams is the real gateway to salmon and steelhead recovery in the Upper Columbia and Snake River basins, and it certainly is. That issue ranks right up there with our long campaign to reform the Mine Anywhere 1872 hard rock mining law. I am proud to have worked for a newspaper with an opinion page that worked tirelessly for environmental caretaking. And I'm still vibrating over Trout Unlimited's assignment of this national award to me. I'm afraid I'm going to have trouble convincing even my fishing friends that I deserve this happily misplaced tribute.